Like many other children, I had some imaginary friends. I had an imaginary friend who stood out from the rest of them. The reason for this imaginary friend being so different in particular was because he seemed so real, and I'm still confused as to this day whether or not he was real. So I'm not entirely sure if I should keep calling him an imaginary friend, or I should call him something else. But he did go by the name of Mr. Toyman. Anyway, I'll stop rambling and I'll tell my story now. When I was a kid, I didn't really have a liking for my parents. Now I know that sounds bad, but trust me, they weren't exactly nice people. Since I didn't find my parents very enjoyable to be around, I often found myself purposely going out of my way to avoid interaction with them, which the only way to really do that was to go outside. Now, since I was a small child, I wasn't allowed to walk around town, so all I could really do was play outside. I didn't really have any friends though, so I was pretty lonely. Despite me being rather lonely, that would soon change. It was 1992, and the only reason I remember the exact year was because, well, that was the year that changed my childhood forever. I was kicking a ball around in the backyard of my house until I accidentally kicked the ball into the woods that were nearby. I ran into the woods, ready to grab my ball, but somebody stopped me on my way. I felt someone pat me on my back. Whoever it was said, "Hello, kiddo." Obviously somewhat scared, I turned back, and I saw a formally dressed man. The man was wearing a somewhat bluish and purplish tuxedo with a top hat of the same color. Despite me not knowing who he was or what he was, he looked very innocent and safe, if that even makes sense. Hi, I said rather nervously to the man. The man smiled, and in a joyful tone he said to me, "It seems that you are scared, but you shouldn't be, because I just want to be your friend." I didn't know what to think or what to say, so because of that, I stayed silent, and a weird silence fell over the two of us, but he soon broke the silence with his joyful tone of talking. "Anyway, I am here to make you happy, and to make you have the time of your life, and my name is Mr. Toyman." I was happy with joy, because I did not experience much joy with my parents, but yet this random person, or whatever he was somehow able to bring me joy with simply just talking in a happy tone. "So kiddo, won't you be my friend?" "Of course I will." After I answered the question, I looked over at where my ball had stopped. It turned out it had rolled into a sharp stick and popped. "Oh no, my ball popped," I said, about to cry. "Don't worry, kiddo, I got you a better one." Mr. Toyman pulled out something from his pocket, and out of the middle of nowhere, a ball appeared out of thin air. After that, he handed the ball to me. "Thank you," I said with joy. After my first experience with Mr. Toyman, we spent all sorts of time together. But what the weird thing was, that my parents could never see or interact with him. In fact, they always walked right past him. Mr. Toyman would build me all sorts of toys. These weren't just normal toys. These toys were something magnificent. Of course, my parents seeing me with all these new toys that somehow appeared out of the middle of nowhere, they would soon accuse me of stealing these toys, when in fact, I obviously didn't. I was about 7 when I met him, and I stopped seeing him when I was around the age of 9. Now, Mr. Toyman didn't just leave me at random. In fact, he left me a note stating as to why he left. I will write the letter that he wrote me, or I will type what I remember of it, because, well, obviously I don't have the letter anymore. "Hi, I just want to tell you that I will no longer be with you, because I have some business to do. I will miss you, kiddo. We were great friends. Just because I am no longer with you doesn't mean I forgot you. Signed, Mr. Toyman."